So years ago, I remember watching this court deposition for a pastor named David Hill, and I'm going to include the screen grab. Well, I didn't know he lives right down the street from me in Avila, which is this fucking mega wealthy fucking like place that people that have mega bucks live. Unlike myself, I live in the trailer park. He lives in Avila. Well, he got arrested today. The FBI and the Department of Justice showed up, and with a SWAT team, 3 armored cars. Apparently, he has a forced labor telemarketing scheme where they actually slap people around if they don't get money from donors and a bunch of other shit. So today he was fucking arrested along with his wife, and I didn't know the dude was still doing that shit. If you watch his original deposition, I'll just be honest with you, like when churches are real big on, I've never gone to a church, and I will never sit through a service at a church that preaches about prosperity, because it says in the Bible, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And God talks about, wanting you to live in abundance. And when you break it down, it means, it doesn't necessarily mean wealth, because you should know that God is going to take care of. I have never prayed to be financially successful in my entire life. The last prayer I did before I landed the best job I've ever had, which is the one I'm working now, I said, God, I never pray about being financially wealthy or being, the Donald Trump of sobriety, but I'm kind of tired of working these dead-end jobs and, being my age. If you need me to stay wherever I'm at, then just give me the patience and the spiritual fortitude and the emotional endurance to deal with it, because I'm just feeling, a certain type of way about it, and I want to live in your, I want to live the life that you want me to live. And I want you to put me where you want me to put me. And I'm not praying this and where I'm like unhappy, but I need to start, getting a little bit ahead financially. I'm not asking for a job making $34 an hour or anything like that. I'm just wanting to, have a career where I look forward to going to work every day. And it wasn't long until he answered, and it's been great. But how the thing about people that worship money is, there was a time in my life when I started my business in Las Vegas. I said, well, I'm going to take everything I know, and now is the time. My one friend used to tell me, your 20s are for learning, and your 30s are for, one friend used to tell me, bro, you got to do this, and this. And I said, well, I want to make sure it's right, but I said to myself, I really need to start cleaning up financially, and I said, I'm going to really, start getting some big bed bug jobs, some hotels. I got all my licenses and stuff. And I'll tell you, the first customer that called, and it was for a bed bug job, and they said, I can't afford all that, but I said, okay. And having her hang up and realize that she wouldn't be a customer was one of the most depressing, loneliest feelings I ever had. And I just felt like God nudging me to call her back, and I said, well, how much can you afford? And I remember the phone conversation. She was like, well, I think I quoted her like 500. I think she ended up paying like 270 or something. And I felt so much more better about myself. I just fed these cats down here. and they're not wanting this dry food. Come on, guys, I just bought the good stuff. Come on. Look at these. You can't eat this? Huh? Come on. I guess you'll eat it when you're hungry. So, I don't know, like, I don't know, you know, I just, how much money I don't want. There's a Sinead O'Connor album called I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. And I don't ever pray for, like, a car or anything like that. I just want to be sober, and I want to be happy, and I want to be living, you know, what God's plan is for my life, and I feel like I am, you know. So I don't know, it's just very unfortunate that people are doing this to people to make money.